Hi everyone, thank you for being here today. Today is Sunday, March 15, and we are doing this teleseminar. Sorry, because yesterday we had technical problems, and I apologize to all of you that were trying to join the teleseminar. But here we are today, and some of you send their questions by email. What we are going to do is to read them, and I will try to do my best to answer with all information, details, and advice. And if you want to call again, you have the number to call in. You know that you can just ask any question live. But in case you send your question, don't worry. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can. We are going to be here together during 1 hour more or less. Then feel free to connect whenever you want. And George is going to help us reading the questions that we have received. George, when you are ready, please read the questions.
Anna asked, "What does it mean that my heart is not open? Can you explain to me what you mean? I believe my heart is open, but I've been single for a while now, and I want to be sure I'm not sabotaging my life."
First, thank you so much, Anna, for sharing. I know it's difficult to say these words and to recognize that this is a painful process sometimes. All of us ask when we are alone or feeling lonely, when we are single, what is happening? Is there anything else I can do different in order to find the right partner for me? The idea of sabotaging your life or your love life is something that can be frightening. But in your case, what I feel that you are saying behind your question is that it's difficult for you to let go the idea that just because you didn't find love yet, it's not going to happen to you. I believe that there is someone out there waiting for you. I believe that if you keep putting your intention and your attention, if you focus on loving yourself, this soulmate of yours will manifest into your life. Then sabotaging the process may mean stop doing anything that doesn't allow to feel you good about yourself, that doesn't allow you to be authentic, to let go of any pain or disappointing situations that you have experienced in your past, to forgive yourself for any mistake you think you made. Sabotaging is not easy. Think that if your intention is clear, if you send your desires to the universe, no matter what you do, even if you make mistakes, you don't need to be perfect to find love. Your soulmate will appear into your life. Then let go of the idea that something can go wrong and start embracing the idea that if you just wait and savor the waiting, your soulmate will appear into your life and love will find you.
Sarah asks, "How can I forgive? I hate my ex-husband. He created so many problems during our divorce, and my kids suffered a lot. I would like to forgive him, but I'm not ready."
Forgiveness can be one of the most complicated things in life, and I understand that you are not ready. Thank you for sharing this with us. But if you really want to find love again, this is the key thing. This is the issue you need to confront. Because remember that no matter whatever happened between you two, the person that is stuck in that moment in time with all the pain that you suffered through the relationship is you. Maybe he has been able to move on. Maybe your kids will be happier if their mom also will be happier. Then have the idea in mind that you don't forgive him because nothing happened between you. You can remember the events, but you need to let go. You need to release this from your system, because unless you do that, you will continue attracting situations and partners that will be like you with unresolved issues. Then don't think that you need to forgive because you are a good person or because he didn't do what you tell us that happened between you two. Forgive because you deserve to be free. You deserve to be free to create a new life, a new love life. And the only way you can make yourself ready is by deciding that in this moment in time, you can close your eyes and relax yourself and make the decision that you want to let go all this pain and forgive yourself for what you experienced and him for what he did. And only when you are ready, just make the decision and it will be done. There is nothing else you need to do. No one have to give you permission. You don't need his approval. You don't need to talk to him. You just need to make the decision and take the action and put the intention to do it. And let go. Let go of this energy that is not allowing you to be free.
From John, how will I know that someone is my soulmate? I believed that someone was my soulmate in the past and the relationship ended badly. How will I feel when I meet her?
Oh, thanks, John. Let me tell you that a soulmate is your eternal partner. Is someone with whom you have been together in the past, past lives. Someone that can be with you in this lifetime, and for sure, someone that will be with you in the future. Then what happens when you meet one of your soulmates, because we have more than one, is that there is a sense of recognition. We call it a soul recognition because maybe your mind is telling you, I don't know this woman. I don't know who you are if she's in front of you. But your heart knows her. And you may feel a strange sensation of, I'm happy to see you again. But it's like things happen at two different levels. Your conscious mind is like, oh, nice to meet you. And there is another part of you at the heart or at the soul level that is happy to see this person again. And it's like if your heart is embracing this person at a certain way, at a certain level, you are together again because soulmates provoke these re-encounters. Soulmates are not together only to share their love. Soulmates are together to help each other. Then a soulmate can appear into your life in a concrete moment in time where she has the qualities or the abilities to help you with any issue that you are having in your life in that moment. Soulmates can establish relationships that are short because they have decided so. They are not gonna be partners in life or get married, but the connection is strong. Sometimes soulmates can even get divorced or end the relationship badly, as you described. Why? Because a soulmate connection provides a great beginning. You can look at this person into the eyes and it's like there is a tunnel of time between you two. It's a sense of happiness, of being together again. And the relationship can move very fast at the beginning. But if you don't take care of the relationship, if you don't really invest in loving yourself and your partner, then, like in any other relationship, things end. Then it's not love who fails, it's that we don't know how to remain together. I don't know if this makes sense, but I hope that I answer your question. I'm sure that you will recognize your soulmate. I'm sure that you will feel when is the right person for you.
From Linda, you said in the teleseminar that we have to prepare ourselves. How can I do that?
Hi, Linda, and thank you. Preparing yourself is something very important because we all have a sense that we are ready, that this can happen in any moment. We have been talking before about sabotaging the process, and that's the reason why we need to prepare sometimes. It can be little things, like this forgiveness work that we were mentioning. You can make a list of people, not only ex-partners, also family members or your children, friends, colleagues, people that for anything that happened between you two, you have to put in your list to be able to forgive them. And also don't forget to forgive yourself, because sometimes we are in situations or we remain in relationships that we know that they are not good for us. Then forgiveness is a very important chapter. Just have to sit still and calm and make this list. And then, as we described before, set the intention to release whatever is not allowing you to have a heart open to give and to receive love. Because if you listen to the past teleseminar that we had, if not, you can find it in Google, in my YouTube channel. You can go there and listen. There was a list of tips exactly about what you asked. And then you will see that it's important that your heart remains open to receive and to give love. Love is a flow. There are a lot of people that are ready to give, but they are not able to receive. Then it's like the door is open only 50%. And it's very important to understand that unless you love yourself first, it will be difficult to recognize the love coming from others. It will be difficult that you find the kind of partner that you want, because when we are talking about true love, a relationship that can work, a happy and healthy relationship, we talk about two mature individuals that share the love that they already have about themselves. Then it's very important to figure out if there is anything in terms of self-love that is not allowing you to attract or manifest in your life the kind of partner you want. I'm not going to enter deeply in this concept. I think that you will find all the information that you want there. But let me tell you that you need to let go of the past. Sometimes when I teach my workshop, How to Find Your Soulmate, we call it complete the past. And people say, what do you mean by complete? Completing is that if there is anything that comes from your past experiences that is not allowing you to be present and to receive the love from your soulmate, whatever it is, it can be an agreement that you made with yourself or with others, with your parents to be there for them, or with your kids if you are divorced and a single mom and you don't know how to handle your life. It can be an agreement with God that you are not going to marry. It can be so many different things. Think that when we made a promise with all our intention, like I will love you forever, these kind of promises are carried from one lifetime to the next one. Then sometimes we don't know that we are waiting for the same soul to enter into our lives. We are just ready to receive the love from that person. Then we enter in relationships, but they don't last. Why? Because there is a part of us that is bonded to this other being. There are people that when they got divorced, they cannot have any other partner because they feel that they have failed in love and they give up. I hope that you really believe in love. And I'm sure that if you have sent your question, it's because you believe that you can find your soulmate. I believe in you. And I'm sure that love is there for you. Then just invest a little time and think about all these little things that I listed, or listen to the Teleseminar again. And I'm sure that if you find something that you need to prepare or you need to release or let go, just by doing it, it's going to be solved. Just by thinking on it, it's going to allow you to be totally present to meet your soulmate.
Arlene asks, why do I always seem to attract the kind of men that are very interested in me at the beginning of the relationship, but then stop paying attention to me after a while?
Oh, thank you for the question. I think that I have been asked this question in different ways so many times, but I'm not sure exactly why this is happening to you. I hope that we could talk live. If you are listening, just call us. And if not, I will try to do my best to read what is behind what you are saying. When someone starts a relationship, there is a lot of interest. We want to know everything about the other person. We want to be there. There is a lot of excitement and everything is new. And this is very important to understand because at the beginning we put all our energy, all our attention, and things work really well. I always say that when people broke up is because everything that was happening at the beginning, all this excitement and all this intention to make it last, for whatever reason, has disappeared. Then love is never the guilty one. It's that we need to learn how to not only find our soulmate, how to keep our soulmate. And sometimes what fails is not our partner. We have a lot of expectations. We put a lot of weight in our partners because we have ideas about how love and loving should look like. And what happens is that the other person cannot survive to our expectations. Sometimes what happens is that we have an unresolved pattern of behavior or thought. Let me give you an example. The fear of abandonment is very, very common a lot of people have been rejected or their relationships ended. And even when they are in a happy relationship, they are 90% of the time afraid that this can end. Then what happens is like you are in constant tension. You cannot be present. And all this excitement that I was describing at the beginning of the relationship, it starts fading off. And then your pattern of thought, this thought that is constantly coming to you like, is he going to leave me? When is this going to end? All the relationships end. This is happening at an unconscious level. You are not thinking about it. But in this part of your brain called unconscious, everything is stored. Every experience that you had, everything that was painful, it's kind of forgotten, but is stored in the unconscious. Then you start changing, and the person that is with you start realizing that you are not the same woman that he met, that he fell in love with. But there is a different reason, and I think that maybe for those that are listening can be the most difficult to understand. Sometimes we ask about things in relationships that we want, but we don't bring them to the table. What I'm saying is that we complain that our partners don't pay attention to us. But when I ask the participants of the workshops or the retreats or in private sessions, it doesn't matter. How was your relationship with yourself when this relationship that you are describing with your partner, that he was not paying attention to you, how were you treating yourself? Were you happy? 99% of the time, the answer is no, I wasn't happy. No, I didn't have a good relationship with myself. No, I didn't know how to love myself. Then we are asking our partner, try to fill the void that we feel inside of ourselves. It's like we have a bag that we want love, but this bag is always empty because it has a hole at the end. And you put love and more love and more love. Your partner does it all the time because you ask for it. But this bag is never full because the other person cannot give you something that you are not giving to yourself. Your partner cannot make you happy, can only share the love that he has with you. But it's not going to happen, it's not going to achieve to be there loving and loving and loving if you are not able to love yourself because you cannot recognize the love coming from him.
Eli says, my relationships don't last. I don't know why. Any advice?
Yeah, the advice is similar to the last question that I answered. When the relationships don't last, there can be several reasons why this is happening. And we don't have enough information just to tell you what is going on in your life. But in a general sense, I will say that please look at how you are living your life, how you are treating yourself. What is the opinion that you have about love and loving? If you don't have problems to start a relationship, then ask yourself what you need to do differently in order to make the relationship last. What happens at the beginning that this person finds the attraction, that likes you, that want to start something with you? And is there any pattern of behavior or thought that you are not aware of that can be sabotaging the relationship once you are there? You can figure out what are your patterns by doing something that is very simple. It's an exercise that I usually use during the workshop. And make a list of all the complaints that you have had during your past relationships. Not what other people told you, just the complaints that you had. When you have the list, think that all these things that you complain about maybe are things that you are not bringing to the table. I hope this helps because it's quite complicated to answer without knowing a little bit more about your experience, but I really appreciate that you sent us the question.
Ronnie asks, what is a soulmate and how can I find mine?
A soulmate, we described it a little bit before, is your eternal partner. It's someone that has a bond of unconditional love with you. you are eternally united through this bond of unconditional love. The definition that I like the most about soulmates is one of Thomas More. He's one of my favorite authors. And he describes a soulmate as someone to whom we feel profoundly connected, as though the communication and communing that take place between us is not the product of intentional efforts, but rather a divine grace. And I like his definition because what it says is that you cannot create a soulmate bond. It is or it's not there. But it's a divine grace. It's something that is there for you. You have this kind of connection between two souls. But a soulmate is not only a romantic concept. It's not your partner with whom you can establish a long life relationship. A soulmate can be a sibling, it can be a colleague, it can be even a pet. Pets travel through lifetimes with us. They are masters of unconditional love, and they are with us to help us understand what is love and what does it mean to love someone unconditionally. Then soulmates have this special bond, and they have a different kind of connection because, as I mentioned before, they are together not only to share their love, also to help the other person to grow. This doesn't happen in other cases of relationships. When someone is making your life difficult, usually what you want to do is to divorce or break up or leave the relationship. You don't want that the other person helps you to change anything about yourself. You just don't want to change, and you leave. With a soulmate, it's different. The love that you have, the love that you share, will allow you to become the best version of yourself. The reason why I teach exactly this workshop, how to find your soulmate, this retreat, is because I believe that all of us can find this kind of love. We deserve to be with our soulmates. And don't think that it's one person that can be in the other corner of the world. I moved from Spain to New York to meet my soulmate. Yes, I did. But your soulmate can be next to you. You don't need to make a big effort and date 200 people to find your soulmate. The universe, if you follow the process, will put you together. Let me tell you a little bit about this 3-step process. The first step will be to desire to be with your soulmate. You have to have the 100% of energy engaged in this process. It has to be there, your passion, your energy. You have to be focused. Then desire is more or less easy. We know how to desire a house, a car, but you have to keep this desire alive because the universe will help you manifest not what you say you want. The universe will help you manifest what is inside of your heart, what your energy is telling you. Then the second step is to believe that it can happen to you. You cannot manifest a soulmate if you don't believe in soulmates. You cannot manifest love in your life if you don't believe in love. It seems simple, but a lot of people that register in my courses realize that they have clear ideas about what to be in a relationship means. They have like a corset that the other person have to fit exactly in these limits that they have put. You can make a list or a vision board about what kind of soulmate you expect to meet. But also, let some details open and just put in your list what is important for you. If you want to have children, maybe this have to be in your list. If you will only marry a Jewish person or a Muslim, maybe this have to be in your list. But if all of these things are not important for you, just focus on how the relationship will look like. How are you going to feel when you finally are reunited with your soulmate? Don't only go through the physical aspects. Is he going to be tall or is he going to be rich? Just think about the qualities that are really important for you. And don't make your list coming from the past, from all these things that you don't want in a partner. Just start a new chapter, write in a new page where you can express the kind of love that you want to share with your soulmate. Because this is what you are going to use, all these images, to visualize, to meditate, to keep your desire alive. Use your imagination to make it happen. And finally, you have to start living as if your soulmate is already with you. Because you are already manifesting. Right now, by listening to this teleseminar, to the answer to your question, you are already making it happen. You just need to focus on the what. What kind of partner, what kind of soulmate, what kind of relationship you want to have. And allow the universe to help you when and the how. You don't have to decide when it's going to happen. The universe will help the encounter to happen. It can happen in a party, in the middle of the street, or in the next wedding you're attending. And allow the universe to do its part of the job. You are not alone here. You are always helped. Focus on love, on loving yourself, and your soulmate will show up into your life.
From Sanjay, how do I find true love or soulmate? My past experiences make me judgmental and doubtful, and sometimes I feel it is a mere physical attraction.
It's a very good question, because a lot of people have told me in the past that they cannot recognize the connection, that it's difficult for them to distinguish between a physical attraction and something bigger or more important, a real connection. But maybe you have to give it some time. Maybe you have to let go of your expectations to realize from moment one that this person is or is not your soulmate. Why? Because let me tell you something that happened to me. When I met my husband, I was living in New York. I was doing the process that I just described some moments ago. And I knew what I was saying. I was teaching this is what I believe in. But when he showed up into my life, I was in a different relationship. I was about to end that relationship, but one of my values is not cheating. I'm a loyal person. Then even if my soulmate show up in front of me, he told me that he had a sense in the moment he saw me entering through the door at that party where we met, that he knew it was me. And I was sitting next to him. And I didn't recognize the connection. Why? Because I couldn't look outside of my relationship. Even the energy was there. Even he was sure. I couldn't see it. It took me like a couple of times more to see him. The first day that we had, then I totally saw it. I saw that we were talking in future tense. I knew who he was. Suddenly I opened my eyes. But it was different because I was free. I was available at that moment. I felt the connection. Then don't try to understand where the relationship is going. Just think if your past experiences are not allowing to be ready to receive love, that maybe you have to do some forgiveness work. I use a tool called the Akashic Records. We have a prayer that is used for forgiveness, to release, to let go. If you are interested, just send me an email and I will share this with you. There are other techniques to forgive. One is the Ho'oponopono. If you Google it or if you send me an email, I can explain you better what it is. But again, as I said, it's not about the techniques that you use to forgive. What you need is to focus on letting go, on releasing, on forgiving anything that is holding you back in order to find love. Because sometimes it's as easy as that we close our heart and we throw the key into the ocean. And we forgot that our heart is closed. We never realized that what we did was to make ourselves unavailable. Then try to see if the doors of your heart are open. if there is anything that you need to let go, anything that you need to forgive, and do your part. And for the rest, when you meet someone, when you try to manifest and follow these 3 steps of the process that I described, let go also of your expectations. Instead of going after love or looking for love, allow love to find you.
Johnny asks, can you tell me if your retreat on how to find your soulmate is for me? What will I learn if I register? I'm divorced and I'm looking for true love, but a soulmate? It seems too difficult to find this person.
Oh, thank you. We said that what is a soulmate? And it may seem very difficult to find this special partner, but it's not. You have to understand that the universe have a lot of power. Not with your best level of imagination. You can move someone to the right time, to the right opportunity, at the right moment, like the universe can do for you. But if this concept of soulmate seems too much for you, just translate everything I said about soulmates and talk about the right partner for you. As I told you before, we have more than one soulmate. There is a book of an author that I love, Michael Newton, where he describes that we usually find 3 to 5 soulmates of one of the categories that he calls, one is the primary soulmate, usually the person with whom we can marry or have a long-term relationship. But there are also soul companions, and you may have at least, or you will meet at least 3 to 5 of these soulmates. It's not that the primary soulmate is more important than the other soulmates. It's just that it's a different name that he uses to differentiate them. Then let me tell you that it's not so difficult because I have done it, and I'm not wiser than you. I found so many of my soulmates, and I still am meeting people with whom I have special soul connections. Maybe they are not my soulmates, but we share connections, past lives. We belong to the same soul family, and they show up into my life to help me in concrete moments in time where they have the abilities. We share our love, and this is the important thing. And now let me explain you what is this retreat about. We are going to be in Placerville, California, in a wonderful, wonderful hotel where I spent some time last summer. I fall in love with the hotel, with the area. It's a wine county. The food is amazing. The place is so delicious. It's an invitation to relax, just to be there. When you put the first feet in the property, you feel different. What I have prepared for you is all this that you are hearing here, everything I teach, not only in the soulmate workshop that lasts one day, or in the fall in love with yourself workshop that it's another day. We are going to have a lot of experiences. This is not a class. It's called a workshop or a retreat, but you are going to work in there, but not working hard. You are going to have the time to reflect, to meditate, to work on this step-by-step process that I teach. You are going to share with others, and the retreat is only for 6 people. It's going to be a small group, and I do this in purpose because I want to have the time to give a special attention to everyone that register. My groups are always small, but in this case, the hotel only have 7 rooms, and we are going to be 7 in total, including myself. Then I invite you, if you are really trying to find true love, if you are not sure how to do it on your own, or you are having difficulties, or you just want to do it faster, register, because everything that you are going to learn is going to help you to be in this state of mind where finding love is not going to be a problem anymore. I meet a lot of people that are so frustrated, so disappointed on love, that they have been through so many relationships that when they think about marriage, relationships, or finding someone, they feel pain. And I want to help all of you that are single or that are divorced but ready to share their lives with someone, to register, to invest in yourself, in your happiness, because love is wonderful. And finding your soulmate, it's an amazing process that will teach you a lot about yourself. As we were saying before, you only need to be sure that you are prepared, and the universe will do the rest for you and will allow you to find this special partner. I invite you, if you have more questions, to send me an email to judithmcosta@hotmail.com, or just go through the information that you have in the website. And if there is anything that you need to go deeper, just send me an email or fill in the contact form that you will find in the website, www.judithmcosta.com, and I will be happy to have a call with you, of course complimentary, to give you all the information you want about the retreat or any other program.
Paul wants to know, can you share stories of your other clients, of those who found their soulmates?
Oh yes, I have so many stories. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the names or the real names of the people because the information is confidential. Let me tell you that, for example, in June, I'm going to a wedding in Germany of one of my clients. I'm very happy to see how they are going to be married. I'm going to be a witness of this. But it's very important for me because this person, after finding his soulmate, he continued working with me in the relationship. It's as important how to find your soulmate as how to keep your soulmate. And of course, he doesn't come anymore for a weekly session. We see each other once per month, more or less. But a lot of clients that I helped find soulmates, but more than that, they found themselves. And there is another woman that sent me a beautiful testimonial that I think it's not in the website. Or maybe it is, I don't remember. She wanted to be with someone that has a yacht and a jet. And she felt that she was capable to attract this kind of man. She felt that she deserved this kind of relationship. Then when she called me to tell me that they have been together for 1 year in a committed relationship, what she told me is, more important than finding my soulmate, what you teach me was that I can dream big. I can ask for what is important for me without limits or restrictions. And let me tell you that he owns a company, not only one jet, a company, and he is very, very rich, but I'm not with him for that reason. I don't care about his money. He has all the qualities that I expressed on my list. Then I can tell you a lot about marriages and relationships, but I think that what the participants in the Soulmate workshop get, and of course in the retreat, that it goes deeper and we have more time to talk about all of these things, is that sometimes there is a little detail that we are unaware, that just by switching this kind of energy pattern, this agreement that we made, something that we are doing that we are not aware and is sabotaging the process. It can be a little thing that we do again and again. Our love life can change so much. Then I will say that what you can read in the website, in the area of success stories, are the reflections of those that have, through private sessions or the workshops or the retreats, they have realized how important was to invest time on working on themselves. We invest a lot of time in buying the best clothes for the date, in having the best profile, in knowing how to behave, what to say. We read books of self-help, but we forget that we are the source of our experiences. And when you change yourself, you change your life. When you change the ideas that you have about love and loving, you change also the relationships that arrive into your life. When you start loving yourself unconditionally, you start attracting partners that also love themselves unconditionally. And then you have access to a different kind of love, this love that we describe, the love between soulmates, then my invitation is read what others say about working with me and my programs, or just call me. But think how important it is for you to have a successful love life. And if you are ready, how much will you invest if you solve one of the most important things in your life, is to having finally the right partner for you, your soulmate.
Rita asks, how can I love myself more? I know that this is my problem. I allow others to mistreat me. I've been in abusive relationships. I want to change, but I don't know how.
Oh, thanks for the question. I'm so happy to help you on that. And I think that you have to start thinking in a positive way towards yourself. Try to see if you are being compassionate and kind with yourself. Try to be your best friend. Don't tell yourself anything that you will not tell to your best friend. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop judging yourself and your life. Forgive yourself for any mistake you think that you made. And for sure, don't believe everything that your mind is telling you, because not everything is true. We have this inner talk, sometimes negative talk, inside of our minds. And we can deal with that when we, for example, meditate. When we are still and calm, at peace, not rushing, overwhelmed, and angry, we can listen to this other voice that will guide us through life. In order to love yourself, you have to invest time in knowing who you are, because you cannot love that thing that you don't know what it is. Then try to invest time in listening to teleseminars, listen to this inner voice while you meditate. Attend lectures or read books that can help you in this topic of self-love. If you send me an email, I can send you a list of resources if you are interested. People that work in self-love, like Louise Hay, Robert Holden, and others, that have great material. Of course, you can work with me in private sessions, and I will be happy to help you to increase the level of self-love. But it's just a process. It's something that you will have to demonstrate to yourself through these daily acts of self-love. Love is a daily decision. Then if you want to love yourself more, think, what can you do every day of your life that will demonstrate this love? It can be something simple. I mean, you can go for a massage because you want more self-care, but maybe you have to think about self-care in a different way, like do more activity or less activity, or eat differently, or drink more water. But self-care is just a part of self-love. Self-love is a bigger concept and includes self-forgiveness, self-compassion, but also self-expression. Are you able to express your needs? Do you know how to set up boundaries? Have you practiced later on saying no when you want to say no? You have to be playful. You have a child inside of yourself. Don't be so serious and take everything so seriously in life. We forget that we need to spend time in doing what we like. Try to fulfill your needs. Try to be there for yourself. Then, as you can see, self-love includes so many different things, and don't be overwhelmed. Just choose one of the things that you believe that is more difficult for you and focus all your attention and intention on solving this. Then once you feel you master more or less this, you can take another challenge and choose another aspect of self-love that you want to invest in or solve. And you will see how slowly, your life will be transformed, because loving yourself will allow you or will affect every area of your life. Your level of abundance, your relationships, everything will be transformed.
Irina says, I'm a lesbian. Will I find a soulmate?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for asking this. I have a lot of clients that are gay or lesbian, and my best friend is gay. I have coached even transgender people. There is no problem for you to find a soulmate, to find the right partner for you. You have to ask for what you want. Don't be afraid, and just recognize and truly love yourself for who you are. Here, when I work with people, especially with transgenders, but also with some people that are gay, there is a lot of pain that has been caused for the rejection of others. Then you have to embrace truly who you are and accept yourself unconditionally. If not, it's very difficult that you can find someone that will love you the way you are. I invite you, if you have this resolve, to start asking with your intention, with your energy, for this kind of partner that you want. Don't forget that the universe will never judge you. The universe will only send you the people and the experiences that matches with your beliefs. And wherever you believe about yourself will affect what kind of partner are you attracting.
Helena says, do you recommend dating online? I've been trying to find my soulmate, but I haven't had success.
I don't give advice as a coach, but you can date or not date while you wait for your soulmate. You can try to find your soulmate online or offline. I will say that you have to do whatever it feels better for you. I have had so many clients so frustrated because all these websites that promise so much don't really work, but are not the websites. The problem is not the profile or that you are doing something wrong. The problem is, as I described before, that maybe your level of self-love is not what it should, or that maybe you have this unconscious pattern that you are not aware of. Sometimes finding the right partner is not about searching and working hard. There was a woman that came to one of the workshops, say, I date 200 guys, and she was still single. Then you can find the right partner while you wait for this person, and you have to be happy with your life while you wait. You have to savor the waiting. The step number 3 includes to live your life as if your soulmate is with you. And what this means is that you cannot be sitting on your pajamas and crying, because by doing this, you are telling the universe that you need time to put yourself together, to come back into a relationship that you are not ready. Then what the universe is going to say, okay, I cancel your order of a soulmate until you feel better. Then it's very important that you think if you are able to do the activities that you will do with your soulmate right away. If you want to dive, maybe if you go dive on your own, you meet your soulmate that it's already there and you share this passion. If you want to go for lunch or dinner, are you able to do it on your own? Will you sit in a restaurant by yourself and enjoy the best meal ever in the best company, the company of you? Because it's important to be happy while you wait.
Sarah asks, when are you going to have a workshop on soulmates again? I live in Arizona. Will you be organizing a course here soon? I checked your website, but I only found programs in Miami, New York, and California.
It's a good question, and I'm not totally ready to answer right now. I'm just going to tell you that all the information is always updated in the website, that if you send me an email, I will include your name and your email on my list, and any event that I will organize near you, I will keep you posted about it. You are lucky because I have been trying to go to Sedona for a while, and I'm thinking in doing a workshop or a retreat, a weekend retreat in Sedona, most probably at the end of this year. But I don't have the details right now. Then please, if you are listening and you are interested in me having a workshop near you, just send an email or register on my list through the website, and I will keep you posted of any event that will happen near you. I usually don't send emails to people that live in New York about the events in Miami or vice versa, but I have people divided into areas and countries. When there is a general event like a teleseminar or a retreat, then I inform everybody, but I don't want to send so many emails. I know that you are busy and you get a lot of stuff in your inbox. Just if you want information, don't hesitate to connect with me any moment. Use the form that you will find in the website and I will let you know. If you have a group of friends and you want me to travel to a specific location, I'm open to do that. Just let me know and we will make it happen together. Thank you. We have finished with all the questions. Thank you so much, George, for your help. And it's important for you to realize that your soulmate is out there, that you can meet this person, that you have been together and you will be together again. If a soulmate has a lot of weight and impose you just to listen to this word, think that you can find the right partner for you, that it's easier than you think, and that it will happen. Allow love to find you. If you need help, don't hesitate to connect with me. I'm going to just repeat, email judithmcosta@hotmail.com, my website www.judithmcosta.com. I'm there for you. Anything you need, please connect with me. Have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for being here.